Hey y'all, it's Cheezy Mack, and I'm super excited to be doing an Arduino project today with you guys. It's going to be a toothbrush timer, so something you put on while you're brushing your teeth to make sure you're getting all the areas for the right amount. I picked it because it's very simple in terms of like parts and coding, and it's a good place to sort of get into Arduino if you've never used it before, and if you want to build with kids. It's also an excuse for me to like remember how to do stuff again as we start sort of this channel and the project. So let's jump into it. So the Arduino basically functions here as a timer, which will trigger some LEDs to blink. The parts list for that's pretty simple. It's going to be an Arduino power source, a breadboard, 4 LEDs, and 4 resistors, a handful of wires. In terms of resistors, I used 100 ohm, just because that's what I had laying around. I would use closer to a 330 just to protect you against all color types and manufacturing specifications, or you can use this equation to calculate the minimum resistance. Check out a link in the description below if you want to know how to use the equation or type your values directly into a resistor LED circuit calculator. Hit pause now if you want to build the circuit from this Fritzing diagram. Basically, we have 4 separate circuits that have their own pin as a voltage source, then everything gets a resistor first and LED second, finishing in ground. You can download the PDFs with all the build instructions from my Patreon. The link is below in the description. Okay, quick story here. Basically, my mouth is tiny, like child size, and when I go to brush my teeth, sometimes the brush hits that bone in the back of your jaw. I can't always get the back teeth super well. After a while, my dentist was like, you should buy a kid's toothbrush. It will probably help. And they were totally right. It did help. So I got one of these bad boys that blinks at you when 1 minute is up to promote, healthy habits for kids. And I realized sometimes I zone out and I'll brush the same spot for 5 minutes. Sometimes I'm kind of sleepy and lazy and I go way too fast. Like, maybe as an adult, I could benefit from having a timer too. So that's essentially the inspiration for this project here. You see me putting together this circuit. And what we have is 4 LEDs with the idea that they represent the 4 quadrants of the mouth. One will be lit up, indicating I should brush that section, will blink, and a different one will turn on, indicating I should switch sections to promote even brushing habits. So yeah, nothing too crazy or complicated here. Once we get this wrapped up, we're going to jump right into Arduino IDE to look at the code to get this working. This is the Arduino IDE. You can download it for free from the Arduino website. Pretty simple to use. I'm not the best coder in the world, so if this looks particularly ugly, I do apologize. But just to run through it pretty quick, we have our pins and variables set up here with the different LED names. We're setting them as pin mode and then letting Arduino know that it will be an output. Then we have our timing section here. So I found some research that said for adults, a 2-minute brushing time is ideal. So for dividing that by 4, we have 30 seconds per quadrant. We want to activate the LED for about 30 seconds and then switch to a different one. But I also wanted the LED to blink to let me know that it was going to change before it actually does. So we have the LED on for 27 seconds. Then we turn it off, on, for that sort of blinking action before we move to the next LED and we repeat, making this whole block here per LED 30 seconds in total. So we have 4 sections for 4 different LEDs, equaling 2 whole minutes of brushing time. So nothing too crazy here as well, mostly just repetitive statements with digital write, turning the LEDs on and off, and then specifying how long with this delay that LED should be on or off. Okay, so we had our code uploaded and our circuit built. Let's give it a try. Okay, so it's supposed to do something there. Gonna go ahead and do some debugging.
11 minutes later.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure I figured out the problem. Let's try it again. Hey, okay, now we have power to the right place. So what happened is I had my LEDs flipped, and I'll try to zoom in so you can see. So LEDs have a short leg and a long leg. This is called a cathode and an anode. The short leg is supposed to be connected to the ground or pointing away, and the longer leg is supposed to be pointing towards the power source. If you have it backwards, current's not going in the right direction and the LED will not turn on. So circuit was built right, but one of my components is backwards. Cool. So now that just told us that 30 seconds has been up and it is time to switch the quadrant of your mouth that you are currently brushing. Excited that this is working and our code seems to be functioning pretty well. Next thing we're going to do is build some casing. Nothing too fancy, but maybe a cardboard box, make it a little bit more attractive. So yeah, that's it. Hopefully you guys have super clean teeth now. I don't really know where this channel is going. I'm excited to be making videos. I'm excited to sort of start challenging myself on an engineering level again. I do think I'm going to start making them more challenging, potentially incorporating some sort of sensors with the resulting output. But I'm kind of free to sort of explore anything. So if you guys have any ideas or want to start a conversation, feel free to leave a comment. I'm really happy to sort of engage and see where this takes us because I have no idea. But thank you for hanging out, and I'll catch you soon. Bye. So these are my cats. I love them and they're ridiculous. If you subscribe to my channel, I will give them a treat for every subscription. They will deeply enjoy this experience. And next time I make a video about a mildly irrelevant invention, you'll get to see it, which is exciting for me. So, help the community out. Go ahead, subscribe.